It's 1972, you are 20 years old, and all you want is one of those big sports coupes. You are working a factory job, scraping together every dollar from overtime shifts to afford something that screams power and freedom on the open road. The real problem for you is choosing between three beasts that define Australian muscle, being the Ford XA Falcon GT hardtop and the Chrysler Valiant V8 Charger RTE 38 and the Holden HQ Monaro GTS Coupe. These aren't just cars, they are statements. You've pored over brochures, talked to mates at the pub, and even snuck test drives at dealerships. Each has its strengths and raw specs, handling, and the tempting extra options that could empty your wallet dry. Let's break it down to the hard facts you are weighing up. First up, the Ford XA Falcon GT hardtop. This thing launched in March 1972 for the sedan, but the hardtop coupe version hit in August, and that's the one calling my name. No doors interrupting that sleek two-door profile. It's built tough, all-Australian design for our rough roads, with a curb weight of 1,440 kilograms, which feels heavy but stable for highway blasts. Dimensions are imposing. Length 4,808 millimeters, width 1969 millimeters, height 1,369 millimeters, wheelbase 2,819 millimeters, and both front and rear tracks at 1,524 millimeters. Under the hood, it's powered by the 351 Cleveland V8 engine, displacing 351 cu-in, pumping out 300 brake horsepower at 5,400 RPM and 515 Newton-meters, 380 pounds per feet, of torque at 3,400 RPM. That's enough to smoke the tires without trying. Transmission choices are a 4-speed manual for that hands-on thrill or a 3-speed automatic if you get lazy. Suspension is coils up front and leaf springs at the rear, with power-assisted disc brakes on the front, 9.25 inches ventilated discs, and 10 inches drums on the rear, plus a limited slip differential standard for better grip. Top speed claims hover around 200 kilometers per hour, with 0 to 100 in about 7 seconds on a good day, though fuel economy is abysmal at around 15 to 20 liters per 100 kilometers. You'll be filling that 75-liter tank often. Options for the XA GT are plentiful, and they are pushing you towards splurging. Standard kit includes bucket seats, full instrumentation with an 8,000 RPM tachometer, 12-slot alloy wheels ER70 by 14 radial, dual exhaust. But extras like Option 11 power steering would make city driving less of a workout, Option 12 power brakes for sharper stops, Option 14 air conditioning to survive summer heat waves, Option 15 tinted windscreen, Option 16 radio or stereo tape player, Option 17 vinyl roof, Option 18 sunroof, Option 19 heavy-duty battery, and Option 20 heavy-duty suspension could bump the price from around $5,000 base. There's also the Option 4 protection pack with bumpers and guards, and Option 3 seatbelts are mandatory. Color choices are expanded over previous models, up to 15 shades like Calypso Green or Yellow Blaze, and trim options include cloth or vinyl in black, settle, or chamois. The hardtop's bulging rear flanks allow for wider tires, perfect if I opt for racing stripes or the RPO 83 package later, which adds even more track-focused bits like a bigger differential. But if you're 20 years of age, insurance on this V8 monster will sting, and parts aren't cheap if you wrap it around a tree. Shifting to the Chrysler Valiant V8 Charger RTE 38. This is the race-bred brute that won Bathurst in '71, and in 1972, it's still the king for straight-line speed. It's a two-door coupe based on the V8 Valiant, lighter at about 1,360 kilograms, with compact dimensions. Length 4,564 millimeters, width 1,885 millimeters, height 1,384 millimeters, and wheelbase 2,667 millimeters. The front track is 1,499 millimeters, rear 1,473 millimeters. What sets it apart is the engine. No V8 here, but a fire-breathing 265 cubic inch Hemi inline 6 with triple Weber 45 DCOE carburetors, the 6-pack. delivering 280 brake horsepower at 5,000 RPM and 431 Newton meters of torque at 3,700 RPM. Bore time stroke is 3.625 inches by 4.280 inches, compression 9.5 to 1, and it's mated to a D12 option 3-speed Borg-Warner manual or optional 4-speed, with a close ratio gearbox for quick shifts. Suspension is torsion bars front and leaf springs rear. Brakes are power-assisted 10.7 inches front discs and 10 inches rear drums, and it comes with a limited slip differential, 3.23 to 1 ratio. Performance is blistering. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 6.5 seconds, quarter mile in 14.8 seconds. Top speed over 210 kilometers per hour, though it guzzles fuel at 18 to 22 liters per 100 kilometers with a standard 68-liter tank, upgradable to 159-liter, 35-gallon in track pack. The E38 is a top-spec RT variant, essentially a homologation special for racing, with the A84 track pack standard. That massive 35-gallon fuel tank for endurance, heavy-duty suspension with sway bars, firmer shocks, dual exhaust, full instrumentation, including 8,000 RPM tacho, bucket seats, and 14x6 steel wheels with ER70 radials. Options push it further. E37 street pack for dual disc clutch and pancake air cleaners, better low-end torque, or E48 for more road-focused tweaks. Other extras include power steering, air conditioning, tinted glass, radio cassette, vinyl roof, sunroof, heavy-duty battery, and color-matched bumpers. Colors range from hemi-orange to vitamin C, with trim in black or saddle vinyl. The E38's race pedigree means it's homologated with 100 units built, but maintenance on those Webers could be a nightmare for a novice 20-year-old, and the inline-6 vibration at high revs might wear thin on long drives. Price starts around $4,000, but loaded, it's closer to $4,500. Cheaper than the Ford, but resale might dip if the V8 crowd snubs it. Finally, the Holden Monaro GTS Coupe, the homegrown hero that's been around since '68 and feels like the safe bet in 1972. It's a two-door hardtop with a curb weight of 1,429 kilograms, dimensions, length 4,763 millimeters, width 1,829 millimeters, height 1,397 millimeters, wheelbase 2,819 millimeters, front track 1,524 millimeters, rear 1,499 millimeters. Engine options are key here. Base is a 253 cubic inch V8 with 185 horsepower at 4,400 RPM and 356 Newton meters at 2,000 RPM. But you would likely go for the optional 308 cubic inch V8 at 240 horsepower at 4,400 RPM and 427 Newton meters at 3,000 RPM. Or the top dog 350 cubic inch Chevy V8 pushing 275 horsepower at 4,800 RPM and 488 Newton meters at 3,200 RPM. Transmission: 4-speed Muncie manual or 3-speed Trimatic Auto, with a 3.36 to 1 limited slip differential. Suspension uses coils front and leafs rear. Brakes are power disc front, 10.9 inches, and drum rear, 9 inches. Performance varies by engine, with a 350, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.2 seconds, quarter mile 15.5 seconds, top speed 200 kilometers per hour, fuel around 16 to 20 liters per 100 kilometers on a 75-liter tank. Standard GTS features include rally wheels, 14x6 with ER70 tires, dual exhaust, full gauges, 7,000 RPM tacho, bucket seats, and sport stripes. Options are straightforward but essential: power steering, power brakes, air conditioning, tinted windscreen, radio stereo, vinyl roof, sunroof, and heavy-duty suspension. Engine upgrades are the big draw. The 308 adds $200, the 350 another $400. Colors like Strike Me Pink or Absinthe Yellow, with black or saddle interiors. It's built on the HQ platform, so parts are everywhere and cheap, starting at about $4,500 base, up to $5,500 loaded. But it feels less exotic than the Charger, and the ride can be bouncy on potholes compared to the Ford setup. Each car tempts you differently. The Ford's V8 growl and luxury option for cruising, the Charger's lightweight punch and race-ready edge for thrills, the Monaro's reliability and engine flexibility for either race or daily use. Costs add up. There's registration, fuel, insurance for a young 20-year-old could hit $500 yearly per car. Friends say the Charger dominates drags, but the Falcon holds corners better, and the Monaro's everywhere for a reason. In conclusion, you picked the Chrysler Valiant V8 Charger RTE 38. Its 280 horsepower six-pack delivers unmatched acceleration for the price. The track pack makes it versatile for track days without extra spends. And at 20, you need that raw, no-compromise performance to outrun regrets, even if tuning those carbs becomes your weekend curse. Let us know if the Charger is the right choice and follow along for more Charger info.